Continue our study in the book of Judges, chapter 13 is what we're on today. Pray you've had a good week. It's good to see all of you today. I know missing the Idlemans and missing the Clarks as the Clarks are away preaching. Pray the Lord be with them. I think they're out there in Livermore, so not too far away. But I had a really good time yesterday. Thankful to celebrate Hayden's little birthday. What a year he's come, how far he's come. What a blessing for that. But in Judges chapter 13, and I say that just because it's so fitting here, we read about the birth of Samson. And so we see here where the Lord comes to Manoah, Samson's dad, and his mom, and tells them that they're going to have a boy. And we'll read about this here and their interaction with the angel of the Lord and get into it, but it just this chapter as well as yesterday, and me and Allie having 3 young babies just made me think a lot about stuff that our pastor's been talking about, just with young men or young kids in general. But we'll get into the word. Quit hearing me chit chat. Judges chapter 13 verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren, and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman, and said, Thou shalt conceive, and bear a son. Now therefore beware, I pray thee, and drink not wine nor strong drink, and eat not any unclean thing, for lo, thou shalt conceive, and bear a son. And no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb. And he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God came unto me, and his countenance was like that countenance of an angel of God, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither told me his name. But he said unto me, Behold, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and drink no wine nor strong drink, neither eat any unclean thing, for the child shall be a Nazarite to God from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah entreated the Lord and said, O my Lord, let the man of God which thou didst send come again unto us, and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born. And God hearkened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came again unto the woman, and she sat in the field, but Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman made haste, and ran, and showed her husband, and said unto him, Behold, the man hath appeared unto me, that come unto me the other day. And Manoah arose, and went after his wife, and came to the man, and said unto him, Art thou the man that spakest unto the woman? And he said, I am. And Manoah said, Now let thy words come to pass. How shall we order the child? And how shall we do unto him? And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, Of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware. She may not eat of anything that cometh of the vine, neither let her drink wine nor strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I command her, let her observe. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee, until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. And again, that kid is a young goat. And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, Though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread. And if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord. For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, What is thy name? That when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is a secret? So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering, and offered it upon the rock, and unto the Lord. And the angel did wondrously a miracle, and Manoah and his wife looked on. For it came to pass, when the flame went up toward heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar, and Manoah and his wife looked on it, and fell on their faces to the ground. But the angel of the Lord did no more appear to Manoah and his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was an angel of the Lord. And Manoah said unto his wife, We shall surely die, because we have seen God. But his wife said unto him, If the Lord were pleased to kill us, he would not have received a burnt offering and a meat offering at our hands. Neither would he have showed us all these things, nor would as it at this time have told us such things as these. And the woman bare a son, and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. Before we go any further, Brother Tyler Riles, will you lead us in a word of prayer, please? Amen. So back in the beginning of the chapter, turn there, in chapter 13 of the book of Judges, we are introduced to our final judge, Samson. We see here great promise for Samson in his life and service to the Lord. But sadly, as we continue to read in Judges, we are reminded that that promise, that initial promise, is not enough to sustain a life of service to the Lord. You see Samson in this chapter, and I'm greatly touched. I'd really just have enjoyed it. But we see when they are told they're going to have a child, Samson's mom and dad, what do they say? They don't say, oh, okay, let's go out and buy the best parenting books. They don't say, oh, okay, let's YouTube. Let's look on Facebook. Let's do this or that. They say, Manoah goes to the angel of the Lord and says, Lord, come to us and tell us what we should do with this child. Total obedience. It is not, oh, I've always wanted a son. I want to raise him to be this. I've always wanted a boy. I wanted to raise him to be an athlete. You know, I always joked when I met Allie, I was talking to her dad, and he's remarried, and he was just sharing with me that, you know, when I was looking for my next wife, I had questions, things I wanted to make sure were met. And I said, yeah, me too. And he went, really? And I said, yeah, I needed someone about 5'10" or higher. I'm trying to go Division I athlete babies. I'm not trying to pay for college. You know, joking. You know, but you have these things where you think, I want a spouse to have this, and I want to raise my boy to play quarterback. Or I want to raise my boy to be a pitcher. I want to raise my boy to ride dirt bikes. Whatever it may be, we have these thoughts in our minds. But what was Manoah and Samson, Manoah's dad, Manoah and his wife's thought when they were found out they were having a baby? Lord, how should we raise him? Lord, tell us what we should do to him. That's great promise in a young baby's life. Made me think a lot about yesterday. Think a lot about the children we have in our congregation. I think all of us, and we heard it from Brother Tyler yesterday, Lord, help us to raise him as we should. Lord, help us to be the parents to him as we should. Lord, intervene in his life. That is a great promise, a great foundation to start a life on. But as we read in Samson's life, it's not enough. That great promise, that great desire at the beginning is not enough. It's a great foundation, but it can't be it. It takes work, sacrifice, commitment, and effort day in and day out to serve the Lord as we should. And you can only do it with the Lord's help. It's nothing you can do of your own. Again, as I just mentioned, thinking of yesterday, it was a blessing to see Tyler and Emily pray over Hayden. I know they do it more than just then, but they pray over him. They bring him to church each time the doors are open. All of us bring our children here when the doors are open, when they're healthy and they're feeling good. And that is great. That is wonderful. Do that. But it's not enough. It can't stop there. 2 days a week is not enough. And it's not the church's job to raise your children. It's not the pastor's job to raise your children. Now, we should all have a part in it. We should be encouraging and enforcing what you're doing at home. But it's not Brother Austin and Sister Alyssa's job to raise your kids. It's not the Sunday school teacher's job to raise your children, to teach them about the Lord. It's not enough. It can't stop there. If that is all they do, if all they do is, we see Samson's parents here, or you think about any of us that have children, all we do is pray over them at their first birthday, or when they're born, or when they're in the womb. Lord, please raise them as you should. Lord, please touch them. Lord, please help us to be the good parents they are. That's not enough. That will not be enough to help our children live a life that's pleasing to them. As our pastor talked about Friday night at the conference, you have to set expectations for your children, and then you as the parent have to follow through with those each day. There was great expectations of Samson. Lord, what do you want us to do with him? Angel said, well, he's going to be a Nazarite. We'll learn more about what a Nazarite is, but that means that he is basically separated to serve the Lord. So there's the expectation. This man's going to serve the Lord. But are you following through with it? Are you checking your child? My uncle's here. I had to be checked plenty of times growing up. Still need it. And I'm thankful my parents checked me. Thankful, Brother also talked about Friday night. Thankful his dad checked him and didn't just let him go. And it's hard as parents. As you'll find out as they get older, as I've found out as they get older, it is tough. You see why so many parents just want to be buddies with their kids, give them a tablet, and relax. Because it is hard work every day.